Uh, the next question is, when we are applying some inspiring principles and lessons that we have learned from either from scriptures or by hearing from great personalities, what are some important do's and don'ts we have to keep in our mind? Because sometimes it's like it happens the extreme, either we reject or we the other extreme is we are too fanatic about it. But what are b- instead of doing that, so what are the important do's and don'ts we need to keep in our mind? Please tell us, Matish.
See, one thing is that actually this is the most important thing, that we should see scriptures holistically. We can never see any scripture in isolation. May it be scripture or any lecture. Sometimes we may hear some pre-recorded lecture from the, say, from desiretory.com, or some speaker has spoken somewhere for a particular audience, or say we are reading scriptures. We can't see anything in isolation. We have to read scriptures, and we have to have a holistic idea about what we are reading and what the scriptures are trying to tell us. That is one very, very important thing that we need to do. Most of the times what we tend to do is we read something, we try to apply that part to our life, and we don't know the holistic picture, what scriptures are trying to tell us over there. So for example, Bhagavad Gita, the first 6 chapters, they speak about Karma Yoga. The last 6 chapters speak about Jnana Yoga. And in between the 6 chapters speak about Bhakti Yoga. Now we have to understand the Bhagavad Gita holistically. We can't jump to the section of Bhakti Yoga and say that, see, this is the only thing. Give up everything else. We have to understand Krishna is also speaking about Swadharma. You have to do your Swadharma properly. You have to do Loka Sangraha. These things are also there in the Gita. Or we cannot jump to the Karma Yoga section, only see that and say that no, we have to only do work. So we have to see the whole Bhagavad Gita or any scripture holistically. Then we understand how to apply what is our situation in life and what the scriptures are trying to tell us. Because if we take some some isolated piece from the scripture and try to apply, we might make a mess out of our life. Similarly, let's take the example of Prahlad Maharaj's section. We always emphasize Prahlad Maharaj, how he, the famous verse, Kaumaram Acharit Pragyo, and we know so many things. Prahlad Maharaj was never naughty, he never did so many things in his childhood like ordinary children, and so he only did Bhakti Yoga, he was always chanting. But if we only apply this much part and we force our children, or if we think that no, this is what we have to do, and Prahlad Maharaj also showed that, we show that using a ribbon. I used to show that to children. 50 years are spent in sleeping, then the remaining 10%, 20% this way keeps getting cut in doing so many things, childhood pranks, and then youthful distractions, and then earning money and taking care of family life, old age and disease. So a very short span of life is left. So if we just take this and think that, I have to give up everything now and just let me do bhakti, then we have to also understand that the same Prahlad Maharaj, how did he lead his life later? He got married, he was a grahastha. He, he did everything that a king had needed to do. He took care of the kingdom. He also fought wars. So he did all those things. So he never gave up his Swadharma. So we cannot just take one section or one aspect in isolation from the scriptures and think that this is it. This also happens many times with lectures. Sometimes a speaker speaks for a particular audience for their needs, to suit their needs. And if we take that lecture and then play it to some audience who are really not mature enough to handle that, then they may not know how to apply it. They can just get confused and bewildered. So sometimes speakers say, please don't record. It is for that reason, because they don't want it to be circulated to an audience who to whom it is not relevant. So we have to understand this part. Just like if we gather Ganges water in a bottle, we can say that this is river Ganges water, but that it is just a bottle of water, bottle of Ganga water. It is not the entire Ganga river. The Ganga river is really very big. So similarly, we have to understand we have to understand scriptures holistically. We cannot just take one small piece and try to apply that without maturity. That is one very important do that we have to do. Another striking example that comes to my mind is about how Narad Muni preached. He always preached to different people differently. He never used the same strategy. Like he went and preached to the Hari Ashwas and Shaval Ashwas. He told them all to become brahmacharis. But if we just take that aspect and we think that no, now everyone should become brahmacharis, that does not work. Narad Muni, as a great preacher, he knew past, present, and future, and he knew who is best suited to do what. So, having that knowledge, he preached accordingly. So, we have to understand that whole thing. And similarly, so what I'm trying to say is we have to learn to read scriptures holistically and not see anything in isolation. If we can learn to do that, then that will be very beneficial and many things will be revealed to us by the scriptures.
Thank you, Mataji. It's really very enlightening, the whole understanding of how we have to see the scriptures holistically and not in isolation. A very, very beautiful, the striking example of Ganga, the bottle of Ganga is not Ganga. A very amazing example. And you've given us how to understand Bhagavad Gita holistically, because the three sections speak of different, and sometimes we truly, we end up focusing on one thing and think that's what life is all about. And also Prahlad Maharaj, really, we always see that Prahlad Maharaj as that person who has preached to all the kids and who did Harinam and personified bhakti. But oftentimes we try to skip the remaining part of his life, where he also led a grihastha life and took over duties of the kingdom and did his swadharma. So this is really amazing understanding on how Narada Muni has preached as per the audience. So thank you so much, Mataji. We hope we really actually imbibe this spirit and truly understand how to apply these principles in our life. Thank you.